Are you looking for a light paint color that's not a beige, it's not a warm off-white, it's not a cream? You really don't want to see the yellow undertones, and you definitely don't want to see a cool gray with blue-gray undertones or a warm gray with green-gray undertones. Then perhaps Benjamin Moore Dove Wing just might be the paint color that you're looking for. However, there's some key details that you need to know about this paint color because I want you to make an educated decision if this is really going to be the right paint color for your home. Benjamin Moore Dove Wing is not a popular online paint color, but don't let that persuade you. I've used this paint color so many times over the years when helping all my online clients for both interior and exterior applications, and when paired correctly, it's absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show the undertones by comparing it with some contrasting paint colors so that you can see the undertones yourself, and then I'm going to compare it with some other light paint colors so that you can get a different perspective of what makes Benjamin Moore Dove Wing so unique. So the first thing that you need to know about Benjamin Moore Dove Wing are the undertones. So watch what happens when I compare it with Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace, which is considered a true white. Watch this. When you compare Chantilly Lace with Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, you're going to instantly see the warmth of Benjamin Moore Dove Wing. You're going to see that little bit of beige, or in other words, you're going to see a little bit of that yellow. Now watch what happens when I compare it to Benjamin Moore Lambskin, which is considered a pink beige. Watch this. When you compare Benjamin Moore Lambskin with Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, this is where you're going to see the gray undertones of Benjamin Moore Dove Wing. So what you need to know about Benjamin Moore Dove Wing is that it's considered a greige paint color, which means it's a mix of a beige and a little bit of a gray. Next, I'm going to compare Benjamin Moore Dove Wing with some other light paint colors so that you can get a different perspective of what makes this paint color so unique. Now watch what happens when I compare this with Benjamin Moore Classic Gray, which is considered a green-gray greige. Watch this. When you compare Classic Gray with Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, you're going to notice a few things. Number one, Classic Gray is darker than Dove Wing. Dove Wing is lighter than Classic Gray. And number two, you're going to notice how Classic Gray, it leans more on the cool side. You definitely see those green-gray undertones, but you'll notice how Dove Wing, you see a little bit of that warmth, a little bit of that yellow. Watch what happens when I compare this with Sherwin-Williams Origami White, which is considered a greige. Watch this. When you compare Origami White with Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, notice how Origami White is cooler than Dove Wing, and Dove Wing is warmer than Origami White. You see a little bit of that yellow, that little bit of warmth of Dove Wing. Now watch what happens when I compare this with Benjamin Moore Swiss Coffee, which is also a greige. Watch this. When you compare Swiss Coffee with Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, you're going to notice how Swiss Coffee is lighter and warmer than Dove Wing. However, notice how Dove Wing leans more on the gray side in comparison to Swiss Coffee. Now watch what happens when I compare this with Benjamin Moore Seed Pearl, which is considered a greige. Watch this. When you compare Benjamin Moore Seed Pearl with Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, you're going to notice how Seed Pearl is darker than Dove Wing. However, it's just a hint cooler than Dove Wing. And notice how Dove Wing is just a little bit warmer than Benjamin Moore Seed Pearl. As you can see, Benjamin Moore Dove Wing is a light grayish paint color. Typically, it leans on the warm side. However, that's not always true because it depends on the type of lighting you have in your home or the fixed elements and interior decor, because sometimes this paint color can definitely lean on the cool sides of grayish paint colors, and it can be a real disappointment for you. So please, get a sample of Benjamin Moore Dove Wing, compare it with your fixed elements, interior decor, and be mindful on the type of lighting that you have in your home. I want you to get this right, and I don't want you to make a costly mistake. For those of you that want to save time and you're tired of trying paint sample after paint sample, and you want to prevent from making a costly mistake, and you want to create a beautiful color palette that pairs with your fixed elements in your interior decor, and being mindful on the type of lighting that you have in your home, highly recommend you go to my website. check out my online packages. I can help you with both interior or exterior paint colors. And please read the reviews. I have over 500 reviews. See what clients have to say. I would love to help you. Next, I'm going to share with you 2 tips that you should know about Benjamin Moore Dove Wing. Tip number 1, kitchen cabinets. For those of you that are looking for a kitchen cabinet paint color that's not a warm off white or a cream, you don't really want to see the yellow undertones, but at the same time, you don't want it to read like a gray where it looks like a blue gray, then perhaps you might want to try out Benjamin Moore Dove Wing because it's going to have just a touch of warmth, but it's not so cool where it'll look like a cool blue gray. Tip number 2, trim paint colors. Benjamin Moore Dove Wing pairs really well with true off-whites such as Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace or Benjamin Moore Oxford White or even Sherwin-Williams High Reflective White. But if you're thinking about a warmer off-white where it has a little bit more of that yellow, just be careful because sometimes it can make Dove Wing look dirty or muted. If you found this video helpful, please put a like, let me know. I want to hear from you. And for those of you that want to get the most in-depth paint color reviews that you can't find anywhere else online, highly recommend you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And for those of you that want to select the perfect paint colors for your home and get it right the first time, please go to my website. I would love to help you. Until then, I will see you in the next video.